I saw my own death 3 days before I reached Hollow Creek. Not in a dream, not in a vision, in a photograph. A charred street, frozen in orange firelight, and standing in the center of it, smiling while flames crawled across my skin, was me. The timestamp on the photo read, October 14th, 1982, 12 years before I was born. That should have been my first warning, but it wasn't. My name is Arthur Pendelton. A month ago, my life was painfully ordinary. Spreadsheets, insomnia, and the distant hum of Chicago traffic bleeding through my apartment walls at 2 a.m. I thought my sleeplessness was stress. Now I realize it was anticipation, like something had been waiting for me to arrive. Then the letter came. No stamp, no return address. Just my name written in uneven cursive, retraced over itself like the writer kept forgetting how letters worked. Inside was an iron key, cold, heavy, and a note that smelled faintly like smoke. To my only living relative, Hollow Creek is yours now. Do not let the fire go out. Signed by Silas Pendleton, a man declared dead in 1982. At first, I assumed it was a scam, until the property deed arrived. State authenticated, 400 acres, and an entire town that didn't exist on any map. Satellite images showed nothing but dense forest in Oregon. No roads, no buildings, nothing. But legally, Hollow Creek belonged to me. 3 days later, curiosity overpowered logic, and I started driving. The forest didn't grow denser, it grew quieter. Radio static layered with voices speaking in unfinished sentences. GPS directions looped into roads that vanished the moment I followed them. And behind me, the trees didn't feel still. They felt sealed, like something had gently closed a door and locked it from the inside. Then the town appeared, not abandoned, paused. Hollow Creek looked like a memory someone had stepped away from seconds ago. A diner glowing with neon. A gas station with analog pumps ticking quietly. Victorian homes standing perfectly preserved. Nothing damaged, nothing decayed. But the air felt wrong. Warm, heavy, aware. I stepped into the diner first. The jukebox flickered on. 3 songs played simultaneously, from different decades. Coffee steamed on an empty table, and across the glass window, I saw a reflection that didn't move when I did. It smiled. I left immediately. Silas's house stood at the end of the street. The iron key slid into the lock with terrifying precision. Inside, the air was warm. Too warm. That's when I saw the coffee, still steaming, beside a newspaper dated October 14th, 1982, and fresh fingerprints on the mug that slowly faded, as if time itself was erasing them. That's when I realized something worse than time being frozen. Time wasn't frozen, it was layered. The fireplace held faint embers pulsing like a dying heartbeat. I remembered the warning. Do not let the fire go out. As I placed a log inside, flames erupted violently, like something starving finally being fed. For a split second, the entire house exhaled, and somewhere outside, something stopped screaming. At 3:33 a.m., silence woke me. Not natural silence, artificial silence. The fire was dying, and beneath the floorboards, whispering began. Fragments of overlapping moments. A child laughing, a woman screaming, footsteps running, flames roaring, voices cutting off mid-sentence. When I sat up, the whispers stopped. That silence felt like something noticing me. Silas's study glowed faintly blue. Maps covered the walls, not of geography, but of dates. Years intersecting, moments colliding, all spiraling toward October 14th, 1982. A ledger sat open on the desk. Names filled every page, each labeled caretaker. The last name written was mine, half finished. That's when the fire went out, and Hollow Creek remembered itself. Fog rolled through the streets like infected light. Figures moved inside it, bodies flickering between burn states, faces shifting from infancy to old age in seconds, voices overlapping in multiple conversations spoken at once. And every single one turned toward Silas's house, toward me. They weren't hunting, they were remembering. The front door burst inward. Heavy footsteps dragged across the floor with shifting rhythm, like overlapping timelines trying to walk in sync. The smell of damp soil and roasted flesh filled the air. I ran upstairs. Behind me, something pressed against the bedroom door, not trying to break it, trying to remember how doors worked. I escaped onto the roof, and that's when I saw the town fully awake. The diner jukebox played 3 songs from 3 decades simultaneously. Streetlights flickered between day and night. People walked through walls while aging and burning in the same breath. One figure stood in the street. Its face flickered between a child, an old man, and a charred corpse before dissolving into absence. From that void, it whispered my name and showed me my death. Standing in Hollow Creek, burning, smiling. I ran for my SUV, but the town didn't chase me. It adjusted. Streetlights flickered between decades while asphalt warped like soft memory beneath my tires. Figures appeared beside the vehicle, not running, walking at impossible angles. One touched the windshield, and for a split second, I saw myself inside the fog, older, burned, smiling. Then sunlight tore through the trees. Signal returned. Reality snapped back into place. And Hollow Creek let me leave. I thought escape meant survival, until the ledger appeared on my passenger seat. Arthur Pendelton, born August 12, 1994. Caretaker initiated, October 14, 1982. That's when I understood. Silas didn't fail. He finished. And Hollow Creek didn't choose the next caretaker when he died. It chose him long before he arrived, just like it chose me. Now my apartment feels wrong. Floorboards whisper conversations I haven't had yet. Lights flicker between memories of places I've never been. I forgot my mother's voice yesterday, and when I look in the mirror, my reflection smiles half a second before I do. Last night, I woke to the smell of smoke. In the corner of my apartment, faint embers glowed inside a brick fireplace that shouldn't exist. Silhouettes flickered inside the flames, waiting, remembering, learning. I don't think Hollow Creek was contained by the fire. I think the fire was containing us. And somewhere in the forests of Oregon, the flames have finally died, which means Hollow Creek isn't remembering itself anymore. It's remembering everything, including how to leave. Lately, I've started forgetting who Arthur Pendelton was. But Hollow Creek remembers, and soon, everyone else will too.